Hey my friends, it's Jennifer. I am out on a walk. I had absolutely no intention of doing a Facebook Live right now, but I want to show you guys the sky where I'm walking in Kansas. Hang on. Oh my gosh, look at that. Right? Isn't that spectacular? This is our sunset in Kansas City, and I just had to get out of the house for a little bit and get away from work today. Thought I would come on here and talk to you guys real quick, and I'm going to be huffing and puffing the whole time, and I don't care if you don't care. And I have on no lipstick, but the eyebrows that I got dyed last night, and I have new blonde hair, and there's traffic everywhere. It's loud, but if you don't mind that I'm walking, I don't mind talking. Okay, so I have this theory about exercise and running a business, and the theory is this. To be a business owner, you have to be really disciplined. Disciplined to know when to say no. Disciplined to know how to construct your day. Disciplined enough to know when you need to outsource things. Disciplined enough to know you need to turn your computer off at a certain time and pay attention to your family. Disciplined enough to know you need to take care of taxes even though you don't think and feel like it, okay? And so, exercise, working out, getting some endorphins, moving, it's a discipline as well. Nobody wants to do it, just like I don't want to take care of my taxes, you know? But it's necessary if you're going to lead just a disciplined life in general. And the Lord's really talked to me about this in the last couple of years. Like, I can't be sloppy over here in the exercise arena and think everything's going to work okay over here in the business arena, because it doesn't work that way. When you're sloppy in one area of life, normally, you're going to be sloppy in a lot of areas. Hang tight. Look at what I could have just got. There. Oh, and you want to see the sunset one more time? So pretty. Look at that. If you're in Kansas City, stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. I look funky. Does anybody know that song? It's like rapping 101. So anyhow, when I feel like I'm getting sloppy in one area, when my schedule for work feels overwhelming, when I feel like I'm overspending, my finances feel sloppy, usually like I'm sloppy everywhere. Does that make sense? And so one of the reasons I triathlon every year, I've done 10, is not because I'm super in shape, because hello, I'm 45 and a half years old. I've pushed out 3 9-pound babies and I'm carrying around an extra 20 pounds. So it's not that. The reason I do triathlons is because it forces me to take my discipline level up a notch every year and become even more disciplined. And so if you need a push in your business, if you are a creative entrepreneur watching me right now, oh, I can barely see the comments, but hey, hi Vicky. And I think somebody's behind me. They are, hi. We're gonna let her pass. Let's all wave to the lady in orange. There she goes. She's walking faster than I am. But I don't do triathlons because I'm in great shape. I do triathlons because it gets my butt off the sofa and forces me to do things so I don't die in a lake. And the not dying is always good. But that discipline always shows up in my business. And so if you feel stuck, you guys, I'm telling you, get out and move. I ran this corridor 2 nights ago and somehow put out my back because hashtag I'm 45, I don't know. I gotta get glasses this week. I'm thinking, oh, Lord, is everything falling apart? But I don't care. I'm still gonna walk today just because I had a great hour-long coaching call with my VIP members this morning. Then I did 3 one-on-one coaching calls with the women that I coach. And then I worked with my sales coach who helps me write better copy. And after, 5 meetings like that today, gotta get outside. Look at this. Is that not stinking amazing? Did you guys just see the article that I wrote on why, when you're a creative person, you need to travel? And one of the things I said in that article, if you haven't seen it, it's over at my blog, that I said is that my friend Jill, who I love, who speaks truth into my life, Jill told me once that God could have made the whole world in black and white and we never would have known the difference. And I think about that whenever I see things like the sunset, and I think, oh my gosh, it's so spectacular. It's in full color. Like how grateful I am just to get outside. So anyhow, if you guys are stuck, if you're needing some motivation, endorphins, honey, get up, go move. Okay, so I love Jen Hatmaker and Jen Hatmaker's Facebook page. Jen Hatmaker and I are meant to be friends. Jen just doesn't know it yet. And so I was on Jen's page yesterday and she did this little Facebook post. Hey, tell me some of the iPhone hacks you know. And I actually commented because my best friend Laura, who we just went to Florida with, sorry, I've got text coming in. Laura and I are walking on the beach and I'm telling her, I wish I had a Fitbit. And I'm telling her, I'm pretty sure that my rump is wider than it needs to be right now because I'm sitting at my desk too much during the day. And Laura says to me, honey, you've got like this built-in Fitbit app thing on your iPhone. And I'm like, what? So she opens up my phone on the beach in Siesta Key and there's this little heart app. It's a square with a red heart and it says health on my iPhone, and I have an iPhone 6. And I've seen that before, but like everything else on my iPhone, I ignore it. And so she opens it and she goes to today, and literally my iPhone and your iPhone have been counting your steps just like a Fitbit since the day you bought it. Did you know this? Because once you figure that out, it's like a game changer. Because now I can go through every day in February and be like, oh, I worked out that day. Hang on, let me not get killed, my friends. Okay, we might have to run across the street. Hang on. Yes, I'm still in my nickel and suede earrings, but I don't want to get killed. Hang on. And memento. Thank you. So anyway, if you open up that health app, you can see how many steps you walked today. And you can see yesterday and the day before. And I was like, oh Lord Jesus, I only walked like 900 steps one day. And aren't we supposed to be doing like 10,000? Yes, Cynthia. Go on your iPhone to all the built-in apps. I'm a hot mess. I got full-on earrings, a business shirt, a workout sweatshirt. Go to your apps and it just says health and there is a heart, and go to that and it'll want you to, you know, I don't know what it asks you to do. It asks you all those questions that you're like, ooh, should I do it? And then you do it anyway. And then you're like, oh Lord, please don't let anybody, you know, steal all of my identity. So go to that and just say yes to everything. You know you're gonna. And then go to today, and like right before I came for this walk, it said I was only at like 1,000 steps today, and that's not enough. So even though my back's out and I can't run today, I'm walking and I'm sharing it with you guys. Samsung Note 5 has a similar app. It is a life changer. I think your name's probably Letitia. When I saw that, I'm like, I don't need no Fitbit. I got it right here already on the iPhone that I paid $5,000 for. Not really, but why weren't we smart enough to come up with an iPhone, my friends? Do you ever think about that? Or do you think about like what else you should have invented? I always think, why wasn't I the chick that invented the little mover sliders that you put under furniture and you move your client's stuff around? It's plastic, girls. It's plastic. Any of the rest of you ever think about that? Love your straight hair. When did that happen? Last night, I went to my friend Tiffany at Salon de Paul in Kansas City, and she went blonder for me. I told my kids I was going to come home Walmart blonde and to prepare themselves. And so when I came home, my son Easton goes, your hair is white. And I'm like, yeah, and I love it. And so she cut my hair and we went blonder, and she darkened my eyebrows, which I'm super excited about. Hang on, let me not get killed again. Okay, they're waiting for me. Dun, dun, dun. Here, you guys want to say hi? Say hello to all the traffic. And look at that sky, right? How can you not be motivated by that sky? Anyway, yeah, I should have invented the mover sliders, and this Facebook Live has taken a turn to weirdness. You can still keep your emergency contact info on the app. So if your phone is locked, people can still find out who to call in case of emergency. I didn't even know there was an emergency thing. What? I'm changing lives. Stacey Haynes, woo! Okay, so Stacey Haynes is here on my Facebook Live. Stacey is my guest on my podcast that went out today. So when you guys are done listening to me babble and huff and puff here, it's not awkward at all. Go to your podcast app and download the Jennifer Allwood Show. Stacey is my guest for today. She makes signs. They're beautiful. She's got Bible scripture. She's got inspiring things. And she's an amazing business owner whose business is going really quickly. And she's a little overwhelmed with how amazing business is. And so I coach her on my podcast today. So you can go to my website and find it too at themagicbrushink.com. Oh, thank you, Harry. Thank you. Is it Carrie or Corey? Because I'm 45 and I can't see the difference between an A or an O as I'm walking. So bless you. I know, I don't mean Caitlin to be still accessorized. I had absolutely no plans of doing a Facebook Live. And we've just taken our Facebook friendship to a whole new level that I'm willing to huff and puff for you guys. But I think I'm at like, I don't know, the 1.5 point. So I think I'm gonna flip. Lest it get dark and I die. Okay, so hang on, because I gotta go right to the line. There we go. Okay, so we'll go back this way. So anyway, let's see. Why am I walking in my good clothes? Angie, because I hadn't planned on walking or working out at all today. I ran 2 days ago and put my back out because hashtag 45 years old is weird with the body. And like literally all I did was run, and I'm like, oh, the next day, not initially. You know how like you just bend over to get something anymore and suddenly you're like, dang, what did I do to my back? I think it's all the Twister I played as a teenager. I don't know. So anyway, I had no intentions of exercising. But then I was overwhelmed with a lot of stress with just 5 intense coaching calls today. And I love pouring everything I have into other creative women and encouraging them in their business. But as an introvert, you guys have heard me talk about the importance of self-care. And one of the things that I have to do after I've given a whole lot in a day's time is check out and get some alone time. Now I know what you're thinking, but you're not alone on a Facebook Live. It's different. For those of you who think you can't do Facebook Live because you're an introvert, Facebook Live is one of the best mediums for those of us who are introverts. Because, oh, that was a bug. That kind of went sideways real fast. Like if I get a bug on my nose or something while I'm walking, this is over. So when you do a Facebook Live, you feel very in control of the situation. If, you know, I get hit by a car right now or see a deer charging me, I can hit end really quickly. So Facebook Live for an introvert is a really good option. And hang on so that I don't die again. Thank you. And so anyhow, so this doesn't feel like work for me. I'm actually thinking that I'm going to do a course for those of you who are business owners on here. I've got it scheduled for April, and I'm going to do a webinar on Facebook Lives. So stay tuned for that. If any of you would love that, please comment below. I'd love to know what would be helpful to you, because I get a lot of messages on how to do Facebook Lives. 45 is still very young. Thank you, Letitia. I can remember when my parents were 45 and I thought, good Lord, they are old. And now I'm 45 and I'm like, gosh, my parents are still young, you know? It's interesting because when my mom was 45, she was a young mom. So I was 25. And at 45, I still have a kiddo in elementary school. So she was a young mom and I'm an old mom. But hey, Danielle Rowe, loved coaching with you today. Love everything you're doing. Yes, Marcia, an ambivert is exactly a mix. They also call it an extroverted introvert, which means that at times, even though you're an introvert, you're forced to put on your extroverted hat and display extroverted tendencies, but then you need recovery time, baby. And so I have a whole article on that on my website at themagicbrushink.com. So anyway, back to what I originally started with. If you are stumped in your business, if you're stuck, if you are loosey-goosey in a lot of the things in your life that you're doing, I encourage you to get disciplined in some area. One of the reasons I gave up sugar on November 1st is because I was basically eating my feelings in sugar every day and had no idea how addicted I had become to handfuls of M&Ms and those sorts of things. And so I know for me, I have a tendency to be all in or all out. So if that is your personality, you might need to do some things if you're feeling like you're sloppy in some areas of your life, where you cut out some stuff that requires a lot of discipline, like cutting out sugar, and you force yourself to get on an exercise regimen. So I'm telling you, download that app that I just told you guys about on here. Let's look at the sky again. And you will feel so convicted. The lack of steps you take per day. Look at that, you guys. Isn't that amazing? Caitlin's all in for a Facebook Live webinar. How am I not sweating? Nikki. Okay, weird little fact about me. And then I'm gonna cross the street here and try not to get killed, okay? I don't sweat. My friend Shauna is a personal trainer, and she's always like, you need to be sweating. I'm like, I don't sweat. It's weird. I have lots of other qualities that are yucky, but that's like one thing I'm grateful for. I don't understand either. I hydrate. Wasn't there some movie where there was like a whole family without sweat glands? I believe there was. I have sweat glands. They just don't work. I don't sweat. I do have a t-shirt that says, I don't sweat, I sparkle. There you go. You don't sweat either, Patricia? I'm so glad to know it's not just me, because it's weird. So, all right, bless you guys. Thank you for sticking here. You learn that you are not an extrovert, Gail. I'm so glad. I'm telling you, when you learn more about yourself and kind of go on this journey of self-discovery and figuring out how God made you, and quit fighting with that, and just figure out what your tendencies are, what your natural bends are, and how to really take care of those, and quit trying to fit in with everybody else. It opens up this whole new world. If you liked that introvert, extrovert article on my blog, I encourage you to get a book called The 5 Love Languages. If you don't know what your love language is and the people who are in your world, that will change your life. Look at that sunset. The other thing I would suggest you do is take the DISC personality profile test. That also will just make you go, oh, that's why I yada, 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 fill in the blank. And so once I kind of understood, okay, I'm a high S who acts like a high I at work, and I'm an introvert, and my love language is words of affirmation. Like once I figured out all that, oh my gosh, look at that, you guys. Isn't that beautiful? It was like all these light bulbs started going off in my head, and then I would think back to like when I was growing up and how certain things, affected me as maybe a high schooler, or, when this happened, I can remember responding like this, or I can remember feeling like this, and then I shut down, or I freaked out, or I ended a friendship, or whatever. Understanding how you are designed is critical for growth. And that kind of does go along with the whole get out and exercise and find the little health button on your iPhone. So, all right, bless you guys. I'm going to turn on a podcast as I'm walking. Thank you for being with me for, I don't know how far we went. Here, let's see. Isn't that beautiful? It's so gorgeous. I love this area that I get to work out in. Isn't that pretty? So, all right, bless you guys. Thank you for being here. And go look up, if you don't have any idea what we're talking about, if you go over to my website, themagicbrushinc.com. At the top is a link for my podcast, and there's also, you can read through several of the latest articles I've wrote. One is about why creative people need to travel. I can't even get enough of that sunset, look, right? And then another one is the difference between an introvert and an extrovert. So thank you for extending me grace and letting me huff and puff through this entire Facebook Live. All right, bless you guys. I'll talk soon. Bye-bye.